Hey, what's up? And welcome back to Sherial's Network Live, where we bring you tips, strategies, and ideas to take your business to many levels above. And today we have in the studio Juanita, who is with Clinical Hypnosis
Of Las Vegas.
of Las Vegas. Clinical Hypnosis of Las Vegas. Now, I should have known that, but it had left my mind.
It's kind of difficult. It's not an easy.
It's a tongue tire,
Yeah, it
yes.
really is.
Clinical Hypnosis of Las Vegas. And so, Juanita, we've been on the show before and we've talked about a lot of different things. And today we wanted to talk a little bit about for our audience, because we're at the time of year where, those people that make those New Year's resolutions. And here we are, the 19th of January or something. Now, many people have made their resolution, but they already forgot about it. So how could hypnosis help with sticking to your resolution?
Well, I think we should all take a breath here right now.
Yes.
And the
Juanita
reason
always likes to take a breath. That's good.
the reason I laughed is because I was thinking about myself, of course.
Mhm.
First of all, I want to thank you for having me back
You're welcome.
on the show, and I want to say hello to the audience once again. Okay, let's see. It's such a wide subject. Let me see if I can kind of narrow it in. So you want to know how hypnosis can help you stay on track?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, you want to make a positive suggestion or an intention that is not so big that you just kind of put it in the back of your mind and you'll say, I'll do it later. So my suggestion is that you start with something small, whether it's weight or stop smoking or releasing stress or sleeping. Sleeping is very important. And you start with small steps, and you start with something that you can enjoy. Sometimes, we set these goals for ourselves, and they're difficult, and we procrastinate. It's kind of hard, to get there. So how hypnosis can help is when you are using hypnosis, you're using more of your mind power. You're not just using consciousness. You have this huge subconscious that has this data for you, and it also has more mind power. So say that you wanted to lose weight. Was that one of the things that you brought up?
Yes, weight. I mean, this time of year, people make all kinds of resolutions, like they're going to quit smoking, they're going to lose weight, they're going to make $1 million,
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, if you find yourself really making these promises to yourself and not keeping them, then you would go to, say, someone like myself, and we would look to see, or we pinpoint why this is falling apart. It could be you can go back as far as your childhood. It could be something like, say, your mother made a lot of promises and she never kept them. I'm not blaming any mother, but
No.
I'm trying to explain a way that it's not really our fault that we don't keep a promise to ourselves. It's the way that the subconscious is wired up. So what we want to do is we want to go and pinpoint the initial cause of why this is falling apart. It could be something as simple as you had a test at school, and you heard, well, you're never going to make it, and no matter how hard you try, you're still getting S. So this is why it's called hypnotherapy. So we do the therapy part, and I love this style of therapy because we're looking for the root of something as simple as why you can't keep a promise to yourself. But when you go back and you find out the root, it's like, aha. And you'd be surprised how this affects present time. So what we're doing is that we're pulling out the negative.
It's a form of counseling, kind of, is it?
Oh, it's definitely counseling.
Okay.
So what a session would look like, it's usually an hour and a half or 2 hours. And so a client would come in and we take their history, or I would take their history, and then They would present the problem or the issue. If you don't
Whatever's on their
Right.
mind that
If it's not-
they want to make a change with.
Exactly. Sometimes it's weight, sometimes it's a failed relationship, or sometimes people can't get in an elevator. So whatever it is that they come in with, then we discuss that. And then the second part of the session is where you actually go into a hypnagogic state. What you're doing then is that you have presented the problem, you put it out of your mind, and now you're going to go within, and you want to see what part of you can handle this problem. You see, we need to remember we're not just problems and we're not just a conscious mind. We have a reservoir, because we're highly evolved spiritual beings, and we have a reservoir, and you use hypnosis to, go into that reservoir. It could be a spiritual awakening. It could be just a mental aha. Or sometimes people do cry a lot because they got locked in the emotional body. And so wherever it is, we're like Sherlock Holmes, and we're together, we go in there, we go, aha, there it is. So what you do is you remove the negative thought that keeps you from keeping a promise or not loving yourself enough to keep a promise. And then once you kind of move that around, then we can implant the positive suggestions. So a positive suggestion would be, you have the power to do this. You can do this. This will resolve, or whatever the situation would be. Am I making sense?
Yes,
Is this helping? Okay.
absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. It's very intriguing as well. And so why does a person decide that I need to go for hypnosis? Do they see an ad? Do they see something that just gives them the idea that this could be something that will help me?
Well, hypnosis has come a long way. So my clientele is mostly referrals, because there's still some fear about hypnosis, and then there's stage hypnosis, and so it kind of has a bad rap. But I think it was Freud that kind of brought it into the medical field. So now they're using hypnosis in hospitals. It's becoming more of a medical technique. So how people will hear about hypnosis, it's word of mouth. I think that is the safest, because people will say, well, look what happened, and I didn't quack like a duck.
So I went for hypnosis, and I was able to work through this problem or something, and so then they would refer people.
Right.
Yes, that happens all the time. Yes.
You were very good, by the way.
So yes, I went for a session because I wanted to see, I had this idea that I could not be hypnotized. And, I've been in the audience where they would bring people up on stage, and I would never go on stage because I didn't want to be pulling my bra off or anything like that.
I never heard that one.
That's what I thought. Oh, it's going to be like that. So, so I would never go, and then, when I found you and we started to talk, and I thought, okay, I need to go and experience this, because when you experience it, it's so easy to talk about it then. And honestly, when I was the first session that I went for, I was so looking forward to it because I was so tired, and I thought, I'm going to be able to relax. I'm really going to be able to relax. And I just was out, wasn't I? It was amazing. And I got such a huge, would the word be relief?
Yes.
I felt such a huge relief, it was just wonderful. And so I would recommend it for anyone that wants to make any kinds of changes with your life, with your body, with your, whatever it is. I would recommend it.
Thank you.
So I'm so glad to have you back on, because we want to, it's really about educating people.
Exactly.
People need to be educating. And so this is a great way, it's a great format to be able to bring them another bit of information about this process. And because people are looking for a way to make change, I believe. All kinds of change. I mean, even when we think about thinking positive, it's hard to think positive sometimes. It's hard to get rid of the negative thought. You really have to practice it, you know, and so hypnosis can also help you with that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So anyway, is there anything, so how would our listeners contact you?
Okay, well, my number is 702-245-2805. I also work on the weekends, for those of you that have free weekends. I would love to meet you, so please give me a call. Now, what you can do as well, if you just want to talk on the phone and get acquainted with hypnosis, I'm willing to do that. There's no charge for that.
So you do it like a consultation to find out, even if it's a person that you want to work with, because you don't want to work with everyone, I'm sure.
Yeah, I do have favorites.
Yes, of course. Of course, we have favorites. Well, thank you so much for joining me again here. And again, thank you for joining us here at Sheril's Network Live, where we bring you tips, ideas, and strategies to take your business to many levels above. We'll see you next time.